Good day, America. Live from Sun and Fun, Portland, Maine. This is Frank Margell. Today is May 20th, Wild Wednesday, 2015. You see that sign there? It's a Hobart Street. And Hobart Street is not a through street. Not a through street. This here is out of Congress Street, heading, let's see if I can get this right. That's east, and that's west. Congress Street is always busy. In the largest city in Maine, northern New England, southern Maine, Portland, Maine. This is a freelance video. I'm out here in the public domain, and I wanted to come to part of the bird sanctuary here on Hobart Street. Did you know that there is a bird sanctuary over here? I filmed it once or twice in my travels, and you'll catch the bird song here, which is very exhilarating. I have to respect our neighborhood. Drive responsibly. Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah. Lots of green spaces in Portland. Lots of coastline. There's so much to do in the fair city of Portland, Maine. And it's a gorgeous Maine day. It's a little bit of a overcast. Go ahead, you want to blink. We'll get you the star up there by the Creator. You know? I call the Creator God. So those of you that follow me know this about me, and yeah, I believe in the one true God, the Creator. Well, you'll find my freelance video at Frank Margell. That's Frank M-A-R-G-E-L at YouTube.com. I post on Facebook and Twitter and Google+. I call it the Big Four. Yeah. And I've been getting some comments and views, and you know what's amazing about posting videos up on the World Wide Web is that sometimes the videos I think, wow, that's going to be, folks are really going to go for that one, they don't. And the ones that I think, oh geez, I really didn't make much sense in that video, because I comment and I give my opinions and views, and they're all freelance, so I always suggest that you check your facts and form your own opinions and comment all you want, but try to keep it clean, please. There's a 4-river trail. Yeah. So some of the videos I've been getting hits on, one of them was about the Maine State Pier, and I think that part of the reason why folks are hitting on the Maine State Pier is here in Portland, Maine, they're going to be having a concert down there at the Maine State Pier. Yeah, sometimes I'll get up there on the promenade and I'll post videos, and well, there's not a lot going on in Maine, and a few people will hit it. But then if there's a big event and I happen to get out and film it, by coincidence, most of the time, people will hit it. But there is one place in southern Maine, coastal Maine, that I get hits on often, and I enjoy them. And I've gotten some friends, and some folks have subscribed to my YouTube page. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page. It's freelance. My videos are long, and sometimes they're arduous, but that's okay. Sometimes they're fun. Sometimes they make no sense at all. That's why you can just send me a comment or just, you know, pass it by. So yeah, folks will hit my Old Orchard Beach videos pretty much on a regular basis. Well, I wanted to do a little bit of a political commentary on the 4-river bird sanctuary trail here on out of Congress Street, and I wanted to discuss something near and dear to my heart. And that is, there's pending legislation, there's a bill being introduced in the state of Maine. And the legislature, let me give you a little bit of information from the trails and the streets of, I'm no political analyst, I'm very rarely am I savvy at this, but it's my understanding that the legislature's got about a month or so to wrap up its business and finish off the budget proposal. How you doing, folks? Proposed by Governor Paul LePage, and they have been really busy looking at that, and we've heard those that are listening, and we've heard all kinds of analysis and all kinds of views. So they're busy, but they're going to want to wrap up here pretty soon, sometime in June, it's my understanding. If you know more, go ahead, send me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Always check your facts. So, in the process of wrapping up, here's what a lot of maybe more savvy politicians do, is they start rapidly introducing bills into the legislature. Right when it's time to wrap up and, deal with the governor's proposal and the budget proposal. So they're piling it on. And one of the bills that I heard about this morning on talk radio, and you do a good job there on talk radio, thank you for the information, and I enjoy your commentary. I don't always agree with the people on the talk radio, and I know they don't always agree with me, but I enjoy talk radio. Maybe you do too. So the bill that I heard that was being introduced was, you're gonna love this, is I don't know all the particular facts, but it in some way or another is going to be a statewide referendum to fund the homeless in Maine. And I don't know if you've ever been to Maine, or if you plan on coming to Maine. For the most part, Maine in and of itself is a beautiful state. We're dealing with a lot of issues up here, as perhaps maybe your state. There's just so much going on in the world, and this isn't the roaring days of the 80s or 70s or 60s or 50s for that matter. Manufacturing, fishing, wildlife, even tourism, everything has taken a hit. We just had a break in fuel prices up here, and that really started the economy booming, in my humble opinion. But really, Portland, unfortunately, has the bulk of the homelessness. There might be some other cities. I don't know if you're from Lewiston, Auburn area, or Bangor. I'd love to hear from you. But for the most part, Portland has the largest transient population in Maine. And I'm not going to cast blame or aspersions on anybody for that. The fact is that if we look over demographics, and that's a big word for some politicians that introduce bills, because they think that their legislative piggy banking proposals and referendum proposals are going to go through. They just think that the whole state of Maine is going to open up the legislative piggy bank and just start funding homelessness. Well, I've been posting on this, and I don't have all the solutions, but first of all, God loves everybody. God loves the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I've been homeless, our governor's been homeless as other people. Homelessness affects us all. There's alcoholism, drug addiction, mental illness, crime, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But in past years, the way the homeless were dealt with here in Portland, and take it from me, I know, I was a street kid and I lived in group homes and foster homes, and that's another story. But the kind hand generally came from charity, churches, and I don't know, I guess it's a liberal charity. Is there a liberal charity organization? But churches, community leaders, people of all walks in life would volunteer and help somebody who wanted to get off the streets. And you can tell when somebody's reaching out, at least I have this instinct. You kind of get the sense that somebody's really reaching out. And if you're there to lend a helping hand, and there's some opportunity, well, you can be a real life-changing leader for that person. But I don't think leading homeless people by way of piggy bank legislation is going to help the city of Portland deal with this. My instincts tell me that the city managers, I don't know, there's one city manager in Portland, you got the mayor, is he a city manager? You got the people, all the liberals, because it's mostly liberals. There might be some conservatives, but I don't hear from them very often. At least they're not talking on talk radio. You gotta make a plan. The city has got to come up with a plan. They come up with plans for parks, green spaces, schools, institutions, the whole 9 yards. What is the city's plan to fund and manage the homeless population? And does the city have the ability to zone properly the homeless population? I say they do. They have the responsibility and the right to make sure that the homeless people receive the best treatment, and they're not walking around like a bunch of out of control population in one small area of Portland where it might be dangerous, and they're crowded, they're crammed into a small facility. They used to be an apartment building and they expanded it. Sorry, the homeless shelter used to be an apartment building, a tenement. So the city can come up with a plan. They're already planners. It's their job. Come up with a plan. It shouldn't cost taxpayers a cent. Write a plan. Where does the overflow go in the wide, green, expansive the population, the area of Portland, Maine? And where can these people go other than what's left of Government Center down there by Preble Street? Because the LePage administration already moved DHS and offices, the VA and some other government offices out to the airport. So is it a good idea? Is it really prudent and wise for some liberal politician at this time, where all this information and all of this talk about homelessness has been in the news for years up here, to start introducing piggy bank legislation 1 month before the legislature takes a break? We haven't even got through the budget process yet. So don't trust one person. Trust your city. If there's homelessness and there's a large population of homelessness in your city, well, ask your city managers, your mayors, or the council, what's your plan? Write a plan. How much is that going to cost? Write that plan. Try that plan. There's tons of room down here. I'm telling you, there's just the birds have sanctuaries, for crying out loud. If these homeless people are not being treated kindly, or they're not given the opportunity that other Mainers deserve, then what is your plan to help them? Because not everybody and his brother is reaching out in the same way that politicians are. They want your bucks first and then plan later. I'll try to look into this a little bit more, but there's no mystery to the agenda here, and that the political savvy may be trying to capitalize on what is a human tragedy. You want the hand of God and charity to be there for these people, and you want to have a facility that's safe. It can be zoned. You can rezone it. You can rezone the overflow. There's a reason why they're not all over the places in Portland that I go to. Why is that? Almost everywhere in Portland I go to, there's not a huge population. No, it's because they're zoned to congregate down in Preble Street, and that's not fair to them or to us or to anybody. If they want to remain at Preble Street, then they need a better facility. And the city can write a plan to address that. And then us as citizens can look at it, and we can do a citywide referendum. They did it with marijuana. They're trying to do it with minimum wage. Why is the city of Portland now trying to pass legislation and demanding that the state look at this? There's so many gifted, smart, intelligent liberals here in the big city of Portland, Maine. What's your plan? I'll vote it up or down. You know, it's pitiful. I'll let you go if you made it this long in the video. Thank you. Go ahead and send me a comment. Okay, you're the solution. You want to help somebody, you reach down and you help pick them up. That's the plan. But in the end, the way to truly run any endeavor is to not require the state to take responsibility for your city. And my point being is if we could reflect upon the school budget, 600 people, 600 plus, voted in favor of funding a school budget, over $100 million budget, and 200 and some odd opposed it. Okay, how many do you think are willing to look at the homeless population budget proposal and vote wisely on that? What do the people of the city of Portland stand for? What does the largest liberal community in northern New England, southern Maine really stand for? Do they really care? If they do, then they'll write a plan. And if they can't budget it, well, then there's a way to reach up and out to the state if they have the money. But the way things are going, just sounds like another senseless battle, and politicians trying to take advantage of hurried legislation. You know, we've been down this road. You know, I highly suggest getting involved in politics. It'll open your eyes. You're the solution. One man, one woman, one vote. It's America. Look, you have a great Maine day. I needed to get that off my chest at the bird sanctuary. It's beautiful out here. It's beautiful in Portland, Maine. There's plenty of land, plenty of green spaces, plenty of places to provide overflow for the shelter and the soup kitchen down there on Preble Street. We'll give homeless people a choice. Give them an option. Perhaps they would flock to it. I know churches, Salvation Army, Goodwill. There must be 25 or 30 different charitable organizations that are ready and willing to help these people if they want to reach out. Centralized government doesn't work. The big city of Portland, Maine is an example of this. And I don't know why the liberals think, or the kooky conservatives, or the loony liberals, or anybody thinks that collecting a bunch of people in an area where there's no opportunity is helping them. And there's no plan available to the public to access this situation. That doesn't make any sense to me. Planning, organizing, controlling, and disciplining your city. It's what you're hired to do. You serve the people. So serve them with a plan to deal with the homeless situation here in Portland. Yeah, make us proud. Make me proud. You have a great Maine day, May 20th, Wild Wednesday here in the big city of Portland, Maine. Getting all political and speaking in favor of decent, caring homelessness issues where the homeless can be given choices and options. And cramming them into a little shelter with mats and demanding more money is not a hand up. I think it's an opportunity for politicians to rush through legislation and go right for the piggy bank of taxpayers and leave the homeless behind. You have a great Maine day, and I will keep you posted. Go ahead and send me a comment at frankmargell@youtube.com. I was homeless. Were you ever homeless? Do you know homeless? Are you aware of the situation? Are you a voter? Do you care? I bet you do. I bet you have something to say about this. Go ahead and send me a comment at frankmargell@youtube.com. They have a great comment page there. Your comments will go throughout the World Wide Web. Keep it clean. I post on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Send me a friend request. I'll take a look at that. What do you think? What do you think the city of Portland should do? I'd love to hear from you. You have a great Maine day, and I'll keep you posted. God bless you all. And thank you for sharing my videos and commenting on them. Take care for now.